This Japan startup says car lovers should check out this $700,000 hoverbike. So, a Japanese startup backed by soccer player Kaisuke Honda hopes to persuade wealthy consumers to swap their supercar for a 77.7 million yen or $680,000 hoverbike that went on sale on Tuesday. So the X Turismo limited edition from Tokyo-based drone startup ALI Technologies is equipped with a conventional engine and 4 battery-powered motors and promises to fly for 40 minutes at up to 100 kph or 62 miles per hour. Now that being said, right? Let's say that, for example, if I were to have like $1 million just sitting around doing nothing, I would totally buy something like this just for the hell of it. Because this just sounds super fun to just try out. That being said, there are hover bikes or like hovercraft out there for far cheaper that can go much further than just 40 minutes. So until now, the choice has been to move on the ground or at scale in the sky, and we hope to offer a new method of movement, Chief Executive Daisuke Kitano told Reuters. The black and red hoverbike consists of a motorcycle-like body on top of propellers. The machine rests on landing skids when stationary. The startup, whose backers include industrial heavyweights Mitsubishi Electric and Kyocera, demonstrated the bike with a short flight a few meters off the ground at a racetrack near Mount Fuji. Katana said that in the near term, its uses will be limited to such sites and will not be allowed to fly over Japan's packed roads, but the bike could be used by rescue teams to reach difficult to access locations, he said. Strict regulations in Japan, driven by safety concerns, have hobbled the growth of sectors like ride sharing. Pending rule changes could extend the bike's potential applications, Katana said. Funding is flowing to startups from California-based Joby Aviation to Israel's Air, who promise to usher in an era of personal air transportation from jetpacks to flying taxis. Commercial success for ALI Technologies, whose suppliers include engine maker Kawasaki Heavy, would help reinforce Japan's industrial edge amid a generational shift towards new technology such as autonomous and electric vehicles. Now, one thing to really learn from this, let's just say, just for the company and also for everyday citizens, if this ends up being completely street legal and it ends up being like potentially mass produced, right? I would suggest the normal everyday citizen to increase their life insurance and also their property insurance, like their house insurance. And also, I would hope the company has very good insurance as well, because you can see how, I don't know how high it ends up flying, but imagine if it could go up to 30 to 40 feet in the air, right? That could end up getting into a pretty bad situation, causing potentially massive crashes if, let's just say, it just dies and lands on top of a house. Now, I'm assuming that it doesn't actually like fly up there, but there's nothing to say that we won't get vehicles that can get there for long periods of time, right? Because if we end up taking over the skies with basically man-crafted or man-aired drones, well, that could end up pretty badly because we've all seen drones crash down. So that could end up pretty bad. So, main thing to really learn from this, one, don't actually spend your money on something like this. Two, if you were to spend money on this, only do it with money that you are 100% going to be okay if you were to just burn the same amount of money in your front driveway, right? Like, you got to be willing to just literally destroy that money, because I highly doubt that this is like resellable. There's probably a lot of issues or legal issues potentially with this as well. And also, definitely increase your life insurance.